What is art for you?
Art is a statement of communication, and you can use any well, you can use anything to do it. You can use language or music or sculpture or print or vomit, whatever, to present what it is that you want to say. And the really cool thing about it is the more you move away from words, the more you can express what it is. I love, I hate, I am angry, I am happy, I am sad, I am passionate, I am driven, I am blasé, whatever it is you want to say. Picture paints 1,000 words. You can say it so much more powerfully with another form of medium besides words or text. It's argued that music has the ability, is one of the few arts that can approach the human being on all three levels. It can make the animal, the physical, dance and move. It can make the intellect, the mind, think about something, and it can make the spirit soar. Or it can take the spirit somewhere. It can move the spirit. But it's all very interesting that ultimately at the end of the day, music is just sculpting air. That's all it is. Like, what is music? Physically, what is it? And then you turn around and say, well, when does noise become music, and when does music become noise, and blah, blah, blah.
And when does music become art?
Exactly. Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's all communication, I think. So
definitely.
If anything that invokes a response is a statement of communication, it is art, I think. I got into welding, and I got into, because my granddad ran an industrial joinery where they used to make machines that would harvest peanuts and crops, and I would go in there and weld and use and grind shit up. And
it's your playground.
Yeah, it was my playground. I built go-karts and all sorts of things. What really got me is if I was up one end of the workshop, the guy down the other one was using a circular saw or a bandsaw or grinding or welding or dropped a huge piece of metal, the sound of it resonating, the clang of it resonating into the hall was all the beginnings of like the sound of it. Because they used to fire these machines up, these big, you know, peanut pullers and stuff up, and they would clunk and rattle, because they were all the prototypes and stuff like that, and they would rattle and shake and and everything would have a rhythm, but it was a big grinding, thumping industrial sound. It was really cool. And
that explains a lot about the music.
Yeah, and when I was 8, I was at my grandma's place, and there was a sewing machine, an old clothes washer, really old clothes washer, and whenever there was something old, she'd get me up there to pull it apart, you know, just cause. She was going to throw it out, I'd pull it apart. And it was metal, and it had this great big metal tub that you put the clothes in. I remember once I put my ear on it, and I was tapping around it, and I could hear the sound of how the way you're tapping on the metal changed as you moved around it. And I got a hammer and I bashed it, which is really stupid because it was the loudest fucking sound ever. Probably damaged my ear, but I just remember that.
Oh, you put your ear on it?
I put my ear right on it and went bang. I didn't hit it too hard, I just went like that. Fuck.
Wow.
And I just remember the sound bouncing around inside my brain for like a few days.